Hi everybody, and welcome to another video. Right, so this wants to be a video response of sorts. Well, what I've got here in front of me is a 1984 Kenner vehicle from the Star Wars vintage line of toys. So what this video aims to dismantle or prove, if you will, is my perspective of what is going on with collecting Star Wars nowadays compared to what was going on with collecting Star Wars in the past. So what happened is that recently the Razor Crest, another one of the exclusive Pulse vehicles, has reached the collectors who have paid for it in advance with a crowdfunding project. It's not the first time that Hasbro has done this. It's the second time in terms of Star Wars, because they've had the Katana, the sail barge, Jabba sail barge, and now they've had the Razor Crest. Now, all things considered, I must confess that I have in fact watched not one but two videos of friends of mine, fellow YouTubers. One of them was Alex from Oops, So Plesken of the Brinkjes, and the other one was Sai, and I do agree with them. The vehicle is absolutely amazing. It's filled with detail, filled with intricate details, the sculpting, the paint, it's absolutely amazing. What I totally disagree with is the way that the brand sells its product. Take once again the year 1984 and what Kenner did back then. What they did was scale the vehicle down, giving us a vehicle that in fact had no screen time whatsoever, but by doing so, what they managed to do was to lower the price. And as it turns out, because it was so cheap, because it was so inexpensive, it made it possible for literally hundreds, perhaps even thousands of kids to enjoy this tiny vehicle and not only recreate the adventures that they saw on screen, but reimagine new ones. Because even if this has not seen any second on the screen, it screams of the original Katana. So I've got a Klaatu, okay, a vintage figure, and not the one in the best of conditions, because I got a better one. The paint has been scrapped off its boots a little bit. Okay, Klaatu is sporting his Skiff outfit. And as for the vehicle itself, so what have we got here? So the lines are one of a kind. You immediately, automatically have the notion that it is the Katana in a smaller one-man scale vehicle. So you've got this mast which holds the sail, same coloring scheme as the Katana. So you've got this rotating canopy with a couple of cannons that move up and down. And you've got the fins that are so incredibly brittle. They have become so incredibly brittle with time. They break easily. So as you rotate the central canopy, the fins rotate from side to side. Yeah, and what is more, even if you want to recreate the scene where Luke is made to walk the plank, as in if a pirate movie we were watching, okay, we've also got this lever that, yes, it brings a plank at the beginning of this vehicle. Now, this is part of the mini rigs section of vehicles that Kenner imagined back in the 80s, and they have become quite rare because they only came out in limited numbers back then, and at a period of time in which the interest for the Star Wars franchise was quite frankly becoming, yeah, smaller by the instant in terms of toys, that is. Right, you guys, so this is what I enjoyed about collecting toys as a kid. Luckily for me, this has got some substantial emotional value to it, because this is the one I literally had growing up as a kid. But the point that I would like to prove is this. This was a different approach to toy collecting back then. So they targeted kids. Kids were the audience targeted, and what did they do? They mass-produced these things in terms of cost efficiency. They do not have literally as many details as the versions you've got now do, and obviously in terms of size they were cut to minimalistic sizes, I would say. Still, what was possible was to get into a store, and my memory doesn't really serve me all that well, but I remember buying this on sale in Vigo, which is a city not very far from where we are in the north of Spain. And I guess back then I must have bought it back in 1985 or perhaps 6, I don't know for sure. It was on sale and it cost the equivalent of 2 or 3 euros, if you can believe that. Right, so quite the opposite of what Hasbro is doing with these pieces nowadays, targeting an adult collector that is more than willing to shell out several hundreds of euros and wait for several months before they do have the product in their homes. Unfortunately, or fortunately, it all depends on the way you see it, this method seems to have run its days, doesn't it? Because look at what happened to the Rancor project. It wasn't funded because not enough people wanted to buy it. And what is more, not only to the Star Wars franchise, but to the G.I. Joe franchise as well. The Sky Striker, which is one of my favorite vehicles from the G.I. Joe line, did not get backed either. The crowdfunding project did not get backed either. So, I don't know, I think they've got to rethink their commercial strategy, putting more products on shops, but that's just my opinion. Right, you guys, I hope you've enjoyed. This isn't exactly a review, it's more like a comment if you want. I hope you've all enjoyed this review, and I hope to see you on the next video. Stay safe, stay strong.